you need high fives, whether it's virtually or in person. We know you need hugs and support from moms just like you. And that is why we are here today to talk to you about our Body Well program, which is our 8-week transformational program. That's not just about the physical transformation, but it's really about the transformation that comes from the inside out. Hi, everyone. I'm Jessica Maurer. I am the Senior Director of Instructor Development here at Fit for Mom. That means I get to support all of our instructors and coaches nationwide. And joining me today, I've got the beautiful Haley Orr, who is the franchise owner from Fit for Mom, West Sacramento. And I've got the lovely and amazing, also very pregnant, Margo Bradley, who is also the franchise owner of Fit for Mom Memphis. Thank you guys so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, you're so welcome.
I picked these two ladies because they are a wealth of information for when it comes to everything Fit for Mom and Body Well, when it comes to supporting moms of all ages and stages in motherhood, taking them through a transformation between nutrition, mental wellness, sleep, stress, setbacks, and confidence. Now, we've got some questions that we're going to review with Haley and Margo, and I'm also going to be showing you a lot of the elements of Body Well that maybe you're not aware that we have involved with our program. At any point, you could take it into chat and ask us this question, and we will make sure that we answer it as soon as we possibly can. So Haley, let's get this party started. First and foremost, what is your favorite aspect of being a Body Well coach?
I definitely have to say that my favorite part of being a Body Well coach is supporting moms through their journey. Everyone comes to the table with a little bit different life experiences, and they have some different concerns like their nutrition, self-care, or accountability. But in the end, we all come in united as mothers. I found a closeness and bond with my Body Well clients that I've never felt with any of my other clients. We get to break down barriers and smash through walls that help moms achieve what they didn't even know was possible.
Awesome. That is such a great answer. And Margo, what about you? What do you think is the best part or your favorite aspect of being a Body Well coach?
So for me, one of the things that I love about the new Body Well program, instead of the old Body Back program, is a new habit tracker that we utilize in Body Well. It is amazing where moms can check off their daily wins and write down their accomplishments for the day, both big and small. It gives moms that opportunity to reflect on what was working in that day, whether it's big or small. And it gives me an inside kind of look into their life as a coach. And I really get to know my moms really well on that kind of like day-to-day ebb and flow of life. So I really enjoy when our moms utilize a habit tracker.
I love it. So this Body Well program is an 8-week program that you're going to sign up with and go through with moms of all ages and stages, but it's going to be your group, your bond, your level of friendship that really carries you through. And we'd love to be able to show you now what Margo was talking about when she mentioned that habit tracker and those daily wins, because it is a foundational aspect of our program. So we want you to meet the Body Well client journal. Now, when you sign up for Body Well, you will have access to this journal, which will allow for you to track your weekly habits. That includes hydration, that includes your workouts, that includes your food, and exactly what Margo was just talking about. It will also help you track your daily wins. This is our habit tracker. This allows for you to go in and pre-plan what you think you're going to eat for the week. Now, we know that sometimes pre-planning works really well for those mamas who are like, yep, I need to plan out the next 5 days of my life. Or you might be a mom like me. I can plan the next 5 hours of my life, and that's fine. We allow for all types of flexibility in your life. We walk you through how to make this habit tracker really work for you week in and week out, noticing and focusing really on those last 3 boxes of water, of movement, and of daily wins. Our client journal also allows for you to track your goals and your physical assessments. And we also ask for you to take some time each week to go through reflections of where your habits currently are. A little bit later in this discussion, we're going to talk about how each week is really tapered down to one specific theme. So you're not focusing on all of the things at once, really focusing on just one aspect at a time. All right, Haley, I'd love to know, where do you see the most transformation happen with your Body Well moms?
I definitely have to start with that SMART goal you were just talking about in the client guide. I love that at the beginning of the session, we get a chance to go in and create a goal, not necessarily attached to a scale, but about what you're looking to end up at the next 8 weeks. So in my years of teaching Body Well, or what it used to be Body Back, I had a mom with me. She'd been with me for about 5 to 6 sessions. She was really committed to the nutrition program. She showed up to every workout, but for some reason, I always felt like something was missing. So then one day after class, she pulled me aside and was like, I have to tell you something. I was talking to my wife, and she said she finally saw something change, but she seemed a little confused, like her clothes were still fitting the same. The numbers weren't changing on the scale. And so when she asked her wife about it, her wife said she finally saw a light glow inside of her, that there was something inside of her that just, she came out of a darkness. And so she even said, I started to feel like I'm loving myself for who I am. And it's because of this program. So I love seeing when moms have huge changes in their before and after photos, or when they have big changes in their initial and final assessments. But I think what resides with me most as a coach is when I hear that someone has changed from the inside and out, that they're feeling and leaving as a better mom.
And that's what's so amazing about this Body Well program is while it's a great workout, and we'll talk about that later, it really is a program that was built by moms for moms. And it really does take a lot of the mom life and put it together in a way that you can take small steps to accomplish whatever your goal is. Margo, what about you? Where do you find that your moms see the most transformation when they join Body Well?
Specifically with Body Well over Body Back and the nutritional guide and the pillars that we ask our moms to follow, they're very easy to fit into their life. And, moms come to me, after a couple weeks in the program, like, I'm finding that I'm having a different, oftentimes improved relationship with food and how I fuel my body, and I'm feeling better about the choices that I'm making. And then they start to see it ripple down into their kids, which is always very exciting. That my kids are willing to try new fruits and vegetables, and I'm trying new recipes and whole grains, and I'm really enjoying cooking and getting into the kitchen again, which can be hard to get started after you've grown your family and maybe you've gone back to work and you've started or restarted a career. Like, how do you make time for all of this? So that is the part that I get most excited about, when my moms are like, I can do this and I can teach my kids and everybody can be healthy in my family together.
That's really what it comes down to, is realizing that sometimes our relationship with food is toxic. And so in the Body Well program, we spend time talking about why diets don't work, and it has to be a lifestyle change. So what was Margo just talking about? I want to show you what our client guide looks like. Now, our client guide changes by season because it includes seasonal recipes, as I'm going to show you in a little bit. It walks you through the foundation of what Body Well is nutritionally, which comes down to 3 pillars: nutrient-dense foods, whole grains, and simple ingredients. We start off first and foremost, though, with coming to the acceptance that this is not a diet. We're not going to take you on an 8-week elimination diet. We're going to actually teach you something that you will be able to continue with for the rest of your life. Now, you can always update the recipes. You can always change what you're eating each day, but following our pillars allows for you to really take a hold of that relationship you have with food and nurture it in a way that's so much healthier and better for you internally as well as externally. As I'm going to scroll down here, you're going to see a lot of our chapters that explain what our 3 pillars are and how it makes it easier for you to choose what foods to eat and when. We also go into how you can establish better habits working around our recipe guides, our habit trackers, and also the timing of your meals. Then we get into the fun stuff, recipes, and every month we update our recipes. So you'll get new things added to your client guide. Also, if you're a repeat Body Well member and you join with us for the fall, but you come back and join for us when winter, you get a whole new client guide full of winter-based recipes. Then there's spring and summer. So we make sure that we give you enough food and ideas and recipes that you can go forward with. What's also really great about our Body Well nutrition recipes, again, it was created by moms for moms. The majority of our recipes come from Fit for Mom instructors and franchisees across the nation. They come from moms just like you, who are going through the same struggles of motherhood and need the same amount of support and guidance to move forward, and small steps to make life-changing habits. All right, let's keep going, guys. So for you personally, Haley, going through the Body Well program, not as a coach, but as a mama, what has been your favorite aspect?
When I first got certified back in 2015 and the idea of meal planning came up, I remember even saying, I don't need a meal plan. I go and I buy healthy foods at the store. My family eats healthy meals. It just seems like too much work. But as an instructor, I jumped all in and I said, I'm going to give this a try. And I didn't even know what I was missing out on. First off, one, I have mom brain. I go to the store now, I can't even remember what I'm supposed to buy. So when I meal plan, I have a nice list. It's laid out for me. Number two, I no longer stand at the fridge and just be like, what am I making tonight? I have it planned out and I know the ingredients are going to be there. So I'm not trying to wrestle a few things together. I find myself also having a lot less waste. When I would go and just buy all the broccoli that I'm anticipating to eat for the week, I don't have anything left over. So not only I'm not wasting food, but I've also noticed it helps with my grocery bill. I'm also taking fewer trips to the grocery store because I'm sitting down and planning out what I need. I typically plan Monday through Thursday and then Friday through Sunday. With that, I don't have to fill up my fridge too much. I'm allowed to have really fresh fruits and vegetables. And that also allows for some changes. Life happens. And then finally, I love checking off the boxes on my habit tracker. It feels like a little bit of a gold star every time. And so that way, when I have my meals planned, I go ahead and I feel like I've actually accomplished something for the day, even though sometimes in motherhood, it doesn't always happen.
Yeah, exactly. Those are great points. I love the idea of like when you're at the grocery store and you have absolutely no idea what you're going to buy. And that just means you either waste your time or you spend far too much money on things that you're never actually going to use. So this really helps consolidate down and help you make your decisions in a much quicker manner. What about you, Margo? As a mom, what have you found most beneficial from this 8-week program?
I've really enjoyed the weekly challenges that we get when we're in Body Well because it just gives me one thing to focus on for that week. And some of the challenges I really succeed at, and some of them bring some highlights to my life of like where I could improve during that week or moving forward. I've enjoyed our water challenges because that's something I feel like moms that we struggle with. Is staying hydrated, getting in enough water throughout the day. My sister actually refers to us as like land mermaids because we never drink enough water. She's like, it solves all your problems. Drink more water. So focusing on like water intake one week and then trying to continue that through into increasing like our fruits and vegetables or adding two colors one week. It's just fun ways to think about how I can continue with my journey of health and wellness in regards to relationships with food, just in small incremental pieces, not overwhelming.
Absolutely. Small, little, tiny steps. Because again, it's all about that wellness journey, not necessarily just that huge transformation. And so what Margo's talking about is when you join Bodywell and you come together with these group of moms who are all starting the process at the same time as you, we put you into an accountability group. Now, franchise by franchise across the nation, you may be at different platforms, but it all comes together into a group. And every day we are giving you things to do, to focus on, to answer, to interact, so that we can help you build the camaraderie that you need to support your journey through motherhood. I'm going to give you a little preview of what this looks like as well, so that you can kind of see. Now, of course, I'm not showing it to you in terms of a social media platform, but these are essentially the posts that we put out every day associated with our Body Well program. We know that every week we follow a specific theme. So week 1, we're going to really focus on hydration. The email that you receive on Sunday is going to focus on water intake. The Body Well journal questions that help you reflect is going to ask you questions about hydration. And then every post, Monday through Saturday of that week, is going to bring you back to reflecting on what are your habits? Are you a land mermaid yet? I love that, Margo. Week 2, we focus on nutrient dense. As you just learned, that's our first pillar in our nutritional guidance. We do whole foods, simple ingredients. We talk a whole week about dealing with stress and setbacks, how to help yourself time manage. We go through a week about self-love and confidence, making sure that this isn't just about the physical movements you do in our classes. It's not just about the nutrition that you feed yourself and your family, but it's really about the internal voice that you have with yourself, that internal dialogue, making sure that it's positive and full of self-love as you move forward in your journey in motherhood. We do talk about sleep habits because that's something that we know moms, all ages and stages, have trouble with sleep sometimes. So what are some ways that you can really combat that, help yourself get into some deeper sleeps when you can fit it in? And then week 8, of course, is your next steps moving forward. And like I mentioned before, we post in this group so that you really have a strong, connected amount of mamas that can help you through this journey, through this 8-week process. Again, like Margo said, just one small step at a time. Now, we've mentioned all of this amazing stuff about going through it with a small group, knowing that you're going to get a journal, you're going to be able to pre-plan, give yourself gold stars, celebrate your daily wins. We've showed you where you're going to have an accountability group that's thematic by each week, so you know what to focus on, and knowing that you're going to get guidance and support from your coach, but also your fellow mamas. And we've showed you our client guide, how that walks you through our 3 nutritional pillars and the amazing recipes that come from moms just like you across the nation. There's one other aspect of Body That Well that we would love to talk about, and that's the fitness part, because that's what we do at Fit for Mom, is we love really hard on the fitness aspect of things. So when you're in a Body Well program, you're going to get to experience what we call Body Boost. Body Boost is the workout class. It is a high intensity interval training class, but don't worry, at Fit for Mom, we empower moms through choice. So if you come in one day and you decide jumping's not going to happen for me today because I am having sleep issues, the baby didn't sleep last night, or I may have encountered my own sleep issue, then we allow for you to really choose what's the best path for you. All of our instructors are trained to empower moms through choice, whether that is adding a different style of intensity or a different movement altogether based on your needs, your structures, and your wants and desires. The great thing about our class is that it's not just physical though. We really push you mentally as well. We come back to a lot of mantras in our classes to help you focus on the importance of mental well-being, not just physical well-being. And we end all of our classes with a meditation, giving you maybe the only 2 minutes that you'll have all day long of peace and quiet and deep breathing to help you really combat the stress level of what we know that sometimes happens in motherhood. So Haley, what are some of your favorite mantras that you use consistently in your classes?
I couldn't just pick one, but I love that we end all of my classes with I am strong, I am confident, I am beautiful, I am loved, and I am an awesome mom, because I think every mom needs to hear it each and every single day.
I love it. And what about you, Margo? What is a mantra that you bring up often in your classes?
My mantras tend to change when I'm coaching based on the theme of the week or the meditation, or if I have a couple of moms coming to me with kind of the same kind of issues kind of bubbling up. So I might go back to them, and then they really feel like I'm listening and that they're being spoken to. But the 2 that I tend to come back to the most is that you're going to be challenged in Body Well, and it's going to be uncomfortable because we're going to ask you to change and grow, but you're going to be okay. We can do these things. We can do hard things as moms. And that includes Body Well and Body Boost. And the other one I like to remind my moms about all the time is that they're strong. Think of those moments when you've been strong in life or in motherhood, and hold on to that feeling during this exercise or during this workout, or come back to it after class when you're challenged again.
I love that. It's a great way to bring it all together, is that we know that you need a little extra strength in motherhood, and we hope that you find it through Fit for Mom, whether that's through our 8-week Body Well program, our classes that we offer nationwide, our virtual options, as well as our live and in-person options, and everything and anything in between. Make sure that you go and check out a village near you. All you have to go to is fitformom.com, and you'll be able to find one that's in your area. We're going to be able to wrap this up now. And I would love for you mamas to tell me, what do you feel like just nationwide that moms need most in their life right now? What do you think, Haley?
I definitely think moms are searching for support and accountability. In the past year and a half, it's been a bit of a whirlwind, and it can kind of be hard to keep your head on straight. We all have the best intentions of getting our workouts in, eating foods that are fueling us, and getting time to sleep and continue to care for ourselves, all while caring for our families. And most of us are working. Having a group of moms who are in the thick of it with you, they're supporting you every step of the way. They're there to help celebrate every win and support you through every struggle. And they genuinely want you to be the best mom you can be. There's nothing that can beat that.
Love it. What about you, Margo? What do you think moms need?
I think that as moms, and currently, with this kind of global pandemic or endemic or whatever you want to call it these days, that we need 2 things: that we need flexibility and that we need accountability. And it's a weird dichotomy to be in that you want a program that's flexible and accountable, because sometimes those 2 are on opposite ends of the spectrum, if I think about it. But the beauty in Body Well, in that it's a program for moms by moms, and that we understand that you need flexibility, you know, that life is not always going to go as planned. Your kids are going to get sick, something's going to happen, you're going to miss a workout, you may have had the best of intentions and planning and it just didn't happen that day, and that's going to be okay. But at the same time, through love, support, and being judgment free, we're also going to hold you accountable. You know, what can we do different? How can we help? How can we problem solve? Those kinds of things.
I know that's awesome. Absolutely true. And so if you want to find out more about BodyWell, you can head over to fitformom.com and find a BodyWell session that's near you. Again, our BodyWell program is an 8-week transformation program, but it's really more about transforming you from the inside out. There is the physical aspect of it. We do include workouts, that high intensity interval class we mentioned, the body boost, and how we weave in mantras to help you be mentally strong, as well as meditations to help you combat stress. We teach you through every step of the way for this 8-week program, through emails, through daily reach outs, through one-on-ones with your coach, and of course, the support of other moms in your community who are just like you. So we know, mamas, that you can't do this alone. So let us go through this journey with you. Make sure to go check out the franchise near you at fitformom.com. Again, Haley and Margo, thanks so much for being with me today. You guys were awesome. And
Thanks
guys,
for having us.
Yes, absolutely. I'm Jessica, again from Fit for Mom headquarters, and we want to thank you for your time being with us here today. If you have any questions, you can pop them into chat at any time, and we will make sure that we get them answered. Have a great rest of your day, everyone, and we'll talk to you all later. Goodbye.